It will make you better at dealing with life. In fact, if this book does promise any keys to life's difficulties, it's one so simple and obvious that we have no problem sharing it before the book's even officially started. And that is, when the problem tormenting you is unsolvable, at least for the foreseeable future, the best way to get through it is to stay focused on doing your best to be a good person, despite how crappy you feel and how hard things are. Our advice will give you methods for managing problems when happiness is not an option. It will also help you rate yourself, not on how much you've achieved, but on how hard you tried to do the right thing when good results and happiness just weren't possible. And at the end of the day, that's all any of us, at any age, can truly hope for, even if most people or books won't admit it, especially in an introduction. How this book works. Structure. Each chapter of this book will cover a big thing in your life that can suck. Friendship, school, cultural differences, bodies, home, and sexuality. Feeling like you don't measure up to others in these areas, like you have too few friends or look too different, can make you feel more isolated, miserable, and generally sucky than any one person should have to put up with. Then, instead of telling you how to feel better or offering solutions you've already thought of, we challenge you to use your own experience and sense of right and wrong to fight all the undeserved and unfair negative feelings and find a way forward. That's why each chapter begins with a simple quiz to help you determine what your own values are and whether you're living up to them, despite what you hear from parents, teachers, guidance counselors, and others, or from your own negative feelings, or whether there's room to improve and change. The chapters are then broken down into sections. Each one will use examples to illustrate advice for specific problems, separating realistic goals from false hopes. We'll also help you decide what feedback is worth paying attention to and what's negative and unimportant, even if it's coming from those who mean well and really want to help. We'll then offer realistic suggestions, not to fix or solve, but to manage those issues and the powerful, crappy feelings they cause. The advice will be broken down along these lines: signs you may be misinterpreting things, and signs you aren't. What your parents say to try to help, and why it isn't helpful at all. What you think you need to figure out in order to fix it. Why those fixes will fail. What you can actually do about it. Red flags to look for in the future. The unsugar-coated suckiness you can expect. The untrue suckiness you must reject. Each chapter also has sidebars offering advice that's both funny and brutally honest. Two sidebars that appear in almost every chapter are: do my friends or parents have a point? Parents get to have a say in all aspects of your life, from where you go to school, to where you live, to whether or not you might end up with the genes for obesity. Thanks a lot, Great-Grandpa, ironically known as Tiny. Friends, on the other hand, are expected to provide all manner of advice on everything all the time. That's why when the people close to you try to control or just weigh in on more personal matters, it can sometimes feel like they're taking things one step too far. Unfortunately, as much as it may seem like parental control should be limited, it can't be, because it's fueled by unlimited worry. Parents know that their actual ability to preserve your safety, future, and general well-being, despite all their efforts, is fairly weak. And while reliance on friends seems like it should be boundless, your friend's expertise is often as limited as your parents' concern is limitless. So before you greet every parental opinion with rolled eyes and every friend's opinion as gospel, listen to these breakdowns.